Hi guys, it's Sam here from Bargain.hunting.blonde, and today I'm bringing you my 2025 wish list. So I know it is a little late, but we are only in February, so it's not completely late, though I will say that January was 100 years long, and somehow I'm filming this on February 15th, and somehow we're halfway through February. So I don't know where time is going, but it is slipping away quickly after we got through January, because January was like a full year in itself. So without further ado, let's dive in. I have these all written out on my phone. I'm going to do it kind of in categories. So let's start with handbags, and then we'll go shoes, clothing, and like accessories. So first, handbag wise, and a bag that I believe I've talked about on here before, is an Hermes Kelly in a 28. In a light blue color would be my ideal color. Not picky on hardware. I think if I had to pick one, I'd prefer gold, but for some reason I just love gold hardware on Hermes bags. Like, it just calls to me, but I have nothing against doing a silver color as well. I would also consider a light yellow, but both of those colors I know are really hard to come by, and those are like kind of the only two colors I want, and that's like the only quota bag at the moment that I'm after. So who knows how long I will be waiting there. I'm not picky on like when I get it, if that makes sense. If I got it this year, great. If not, I will wait another year for the bag I want. And that's just because like this is kind of, like I said, this is kind of like it for me. Like, this is what I really want. And I'll just wait. So I don't want, a brighter blue. Like, Blue Atoll is a really pretty blue and could be considered a light blue, but I want like a pastel blue. I want a pastel yellow, so that's kind of what I'm looking for there. Second, and sticking with Hermes, is the Hermes Vespa, which is a discontinued bag from Hermes. It's similar looking to the Evelyn, but instead of having that H on the bag, it just has a little chain that closes the bag. That is the chain d'encre symbol. And I think that is just a really beautiful bag. I think it's very understated, but also a great mom bag because you can just throw stuff in it like you do the Evelyn. So I've been seeing those on the Preloved market. I believe I want the PM size. So it does come in like I don't know if they call it the mini or the TPM because it's an older bag, but very similar to the mini/TPM Evelyn, and then the Evelyn PM and the Vespa PM are similar. And then I believe they do make a bigger size, but I haven't really looked into if it's an MM or a GM. But I'd love to get that bag. So that's bag number 2. Bag number 3 would be the Dior DJoy in a small or a medium. The micro is cute, but it is way too small for me. So I was lucky enough to try on this bag when I was in Europe, and the colorway that I was interested in, they did have in the small, and I was open to that, but it was the display model, and people had not been kind to the display model. The hardware was really, really dinged up. The bag had discoloration on it, and they were like, oh, we can fix it. So I let them try, but I'm not going to pay retail, granted European retail, but retail for a bag that's been damaged. So that was a no for me, and then I decided if I was not going to find the one I wanted in Europe, that I would then buy it in the US, but likely Preloved. So I've been looking on the Preloved market. I've seen a couple, but a lot of them are missing one of the 2 straps the bag comes with, and I really do want both straps. I don't care about the dust bag so much, or box or stuff like that, but I do want the 2 straps. So I do want the crossbody strap that's adjustable, and then the non-adjustable shoulder strap. So I will wait until I find the perfect one there, but I think I will be going Preloved for the DJoy. I just really love that East-West style on that bag. I don't always love East-West, but for some reason on that bag, I just think it's really cool looking and very chic. And even if East-West stops being so popular, I still think it'll be a bag that I'll want to carry. Next up is the Loro Piana, L19, which is a bag that I've been interested in for a while, and I'm not sure, I know I didn't do a wish list video last year, but if I had done one the year before, I think it might have been on there. I'm just really interested in that bag. I went to a bunch of Loro Piana boutiques when I was in Europe, and none of them had it. So I I think it's one of those bags where they're kind of prioritizing giving it to customers, and the only thing I own from Loro Piana is a pair of the Summer Walk loafers, which I bought from Nordstrom's. So I don't have a connection there. I did get to see and try on the 27, which is, I think, very cute as a shoulder bag, but is not really, the size is not practical as a crossbody bag. So I think the L19 would be perfect for me. I also like on the L19 that you can remove the strap. I think that's really a fun aspect of it because it allows you to like carry it as a clutch, like under your arm. It allows you to carry it top handle, which I think is fun. And it gives it more to me of like a Kelly Pochette vibe, which I like. I don't want a Kelly Pochette, like it's not on my wish list, but I do like the L19. L19 is also a much better price than the Kelly Pochette, so, and much easier to get, even though it's still hard to get. So I might also need to do Preloved or have a personal shopper find that for me. But I do like that bag, and I'm pretty open to color on that as well. There's a really pretty suede one out right now that has definitely piqued my interest. So I've been looking at that, and they always get me. The Loro Piana website will have like all the colors listed, and you're like, oh my gosh, it says it's in stock. Like, you know, Google will say it's stock, and then you click on it. Of course it's not in stock online. So that is the last like true bag that I want on my wish list, which I know is crazy, but I've also been known to go rogue and buy bags that are not on my wish list, and also new bags will come out and maybe those will get added. If I found like a perfect Louis Vuitton multicolor but a vintage piece, I would consider adding it. I really love the old vintage Speedy, but it would be much like this bag behind me that I don't carry, just sits there and is like part of my collection because that was the era when I really started getting into handbags, and so it's nostalgic for me, but it's not something I carry, and it doesn't really fit with my style. So it'd be an impractical collection piece, which is why it is not getting added to the wish list. Next up is shoes. So another impractical wish list piece that I love, but I do not love that it keeps getting caught up in the price increases, and now the price is ridiculous. So that is the Hermes jumping boots. I think they're beautiful. I love them. I love seeing people style them. I've always loved tall boots. Like, they're definitely my style. I still wear tall boots even though they're like not in. I like them. So I love those jumping boots. I've been eyeing them for a couple years now, but man, they have gotten expensive. Like, they are solidly the price of some of the lower end non-quota Hermes handbags and their shoes. And, you know, I'm not against pre-loved shoes, especially considering, because I know I've done it. A lot of times people will buy shoes and then they're not the right size, they never style them, and then they just sell them so they've only been tried on. I would totally be fine with that. It's just, I have big feet, and I have never seen a pair of the Hermes jumping boots pre-loved in my size on any platform I've looked on. So I don't know if that's a realistic option for me, and I really don't know if I can stomach the cost of the jumping boots. I mean, maybe if I like found the perfect colorway and like had to have them, but they're just so expensive. Like, I love them, but they are so expensive. It'd have to be like my only purchase of Hermes footwear. Shoes. We're just gonna go with shoes. It'd have to be my only purchase of Hermes shoes for like the entire year, because like they're that expensive for shoes. So that's on my shoe wish list. And then 2 would be a pair of Chanel ballet flats. So I love Chanel ballet flats. I have 3 pairs currently, and I use them not only casually, but I also use them for work. I find they work great for depositions, I have a bunch of mediations coming up, attending trial, you know, anything that's professional. So I find they work great for that, but they also work great with jeans. And, you know, I do both in life. And even sometimes when I'm in more of a like professional setting, I still work for a tech company. And so like we're much more casual, even in a professional office setting. So I would love a pair. What they will look like will be dictated by what I can find in my size. So I really love a Chanel ballet flat size 41.5, which is not an easy size to find. So a lot of times that dictates my options. And I already have all the classics, so I would go with something a little less classic, but still could be worn in kind of that dual setting I was talking about. I do love the suede ones they've been coming out with, and I love suede shoes, so maybe it'll be one of those colors and that kind of material if I can find it in the size I need. Next up is clothing, and actually, because we are in February and I had a coupon, so I got a deal, I have already bought one of the 2 items on my wish list, and that is the Ralph Lauren bear sweater. I'm obsessed with this bear sweater. If you know me in real life, or you are my poor husband, you have heard nonstop about this bear sweater. So I love this sweater. I really wanted one, but there were 2 problems. One, the retail price is pretty hefty, especially considering like this version of it is 100% cotton. So don't even get me started on the price of the cashmere ones. So that was number 1. And number 2, every one bear that I would see that I liked was always out of stock in my size. I would look everywhere and I could never find them in my size. So then the sale gods smiled upon me and I got a 25% off coupon from Saks, and it applied to Ralph Lauren, and they still had this bear in my size. So I did size up to a medium because I've read a lot of people's reviews and they said they ran small. And I will say they run small in the sense that they're not very long, the women's ones at least. So I'm really glad I got the medium. I think it fits really well. It's a little wide like you can see, but I like that look. Like it's a good oversized while not being ridiculous, one size up. So I'm very glad I got the medium and not the small. And I was really debating and I was like, oh, if I have to return it, that's annoying, but it worked out great. Also, the package god smiled upon me because this package came all the way from the East Coast, completely opened. It was never sealed because when someone went to seal the mailer, they sealed the little sticky part on the plastic packaging on the outside of this sweater and not on the other side of the package. So it was fully open and still made its way to me, which was great. And that was a close one because I had messaged my husband, hey, they just delivered my bear sweater. Can you grab it for me off the front porch? He said sure, and then he texted me immediately. It was like, the bag is open, so you're going to need to look at it when you get home. And I was very stressed, but it was fine. So, one item on the 2025 wish list that has been checked off that I'm wearing. And then the next item is, I think it's pronounced, the brand Kilt. They have washable cashmere, which I think is amazing, and so I want to try a piece. I am perpetually cold. For example, I am wearing this sweater with a thermal undershirt underneath it in my house with heat on, and I'm still cold. So I just am one of those people who is always cold, and so I love cashmere because I find it warm. So I would love washable cashmere like that. You can just apparently you can put it in the washer machine, of course, like on a certain setting and all of that, and then you hang it, well, not hang dry, you would lay it flat to dry. I would love to try it, so that is on my list. I don't know what piece, but very, very interested. And then lastly is the final accessory, which is a Cartier watch. And I do have a beautiful Hermes watch that has diamonds and a mother of pearl face that I do love. But I would be looking at buying a Cartier watch that is full metal. So my Hermes watch has I can't remember if it's croc or alligator strap, a grease pearl that's very beautiful. And so I would be going an all metal watch if I was to get a Cartier watch. Depending on which watch I wanted, I would consider going Preloved because they do lose a lot of their value. And I know it will get scratches on it as soon as I wear it. So that's not a big deal to me. And yeah, I will double watch it because I will wear my Fitbit and I'll wear a watch, and I've done it before and I will do it again. So, that's my 2025 wish list. I think I just haven't seen a lot that really interests me at the moment. And I don't know if you guys are feeling the same thing. It's kind of like fatigue over all the reissues of things and just how trendy things are cycling through, and knowing I'm at the moment in my life where certain types of bags just don't work for me even if I love them, and so do not buy them. So that is where I am. As we all know, I definitely will buy things rogue off the wish list because I always do. But that's 2025 wish list. I'd love to hear what you guys are interested in for 2025. Please let me know down below or DM me on Instagram. I love to chat handbags and all luxury things, to be honest. If you want to see more videos like this, more handbag reveals, handbag reviews, please make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, which is right now once a week. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.